Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is January 30th, and right now we are looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. Next system on its way out here, approaching the west coast of North America. You can see that system that was over Southern California now moving across the Colorado-Kansas border there, kind of sitting, spinning right there. And we'll take a look at the detailed forecast coming up here. We've got some more southwest flow moving into the state. Definitely a pattern change. How far south will some of these frontal systems get? How much rainfall is central and northern California going to get? We'll try to answer some of that here as we go through the video this morning. Again, taking a look at that upper level low, you can see it over the last couple of days continuing to pinwheel here across Arizona. I had a couple of thunderstorms there just south of the Arizona border. And then the next frontal system here as we start our pattern change for the state of California. And look at the drought monitor was updated here today, and you can see they actually increased the moderate drought there. So we're going to need more to put a dent in the severe and extreme drought across portions of Southern California, although that was still very beneficial for helping out with some of the wildfire activity there across Southern California. And definitely not having the Santa Ana winds around is a big thumbs up for Southern California. Now, storm number one, snowfall forecast Friday through Sunday. Of course, the higher terrain there, 5,000 feet, rising to 6 to 7,500 feet as we go through Friday night, 4 to 5,000 feet in the mountains of Shasta County. This is Friday, January 31st through February 2nd coming up. We have more rounds after that as well. Look at Weaverville, 4 to 6. And yeah, you can see the Sierra Nevada getting some snowfall here as well, and that includes I-80. It's not a huge amount of snowfall just yet, but there's more potential for it coming up. And Sacramento National Weather Service tries to capture that here as we go through Friday, Saturday, Monday. You can see some moderate impacts there. And Tuesday, Wednesday, colder system, periods of moderate to heavy rain and snowfall. Snow levels lower to 4,000 feet to 5,000 feet as you go on in through Tuesday night. So we got to watch that time period there, especially if you're traveling back and forth across the higher terrain. Rainfall forecast, this goes through Sunday, and you can see some healthy amounts coming for some of the area here. 3 to 4 looks like, actually 2 to 3 for Crescent City. Klamath, 3 to 4. Shelter Cove, look at that, 4 to 6 inches. Possible rock falls, water ponding, debris flows. You guys know the drill. And additional systems possible after this. Now, Los Angeles has been mentioning this as well. There's still some question on just how strong these frontal systems are going to be as they push down towards Southern California. So I'd probably put a little bit of the slow down, pump the brakes a little bit on this one here for now. We'll revisit this here again tomorrow morning. I'll show you some of the weather models and what they're showing here in a moment also. But if we look at last night's European model, look at the pattern change and look at this atmospheric river feature here as we head on in towards Friday. Look at it bouncing around central California and then additional rounds of precipitation as we go on in through the end of the weekend and early next week. And this is the system right here that Los Angeles National Weather Service is watching. And you can see it's pretty well defined there on the European. The GFS doesn't fully agree with that though, so we'll probably have to wait till we get a little bit closer on that one. Taking a look at the GFS precipitable water. This one's hot off the presses, 12Z run, atmospheric river bouncing around right across California. And then this system, not as well organized, still brings some precipitation off to the south a bit there across Southern California, but it's not a lot there. So there is that model disagreement, and they can kind of see that southwest flow continuing, maybe some additional systems as we go towards the fantasy portion of the forecast. I also want to point out here over the next 60 hours that the winds will be increasing dramatically across some of the higher terrain all the way down through Southern California, across the Sierra Nevada. You can see these gusty southerly winds. They get fairly gusty as you go through the day tomorrow across some of the Sacramento Valley also. And you see them really pick up here as you go through Friday night into Saturday morning across the ridgetops and higher terrain of Sierra Nevada. Frontal system hung up right near the Bay Area. Some gusty winds just to the south of that as well. And you can see these strong winds across some of the desert areas, peninsular range, transverse range as you go on in through the day Saturday. So heads up for that, westerly, southwesterly out of the direction there. And then you can see the wind shift out of the north as you go on in through the day Saturday. Total precipitation in inches on last night's European model run here. So of course, we saw that atmospheric river kind of bouncing around the Bay Area. Some healthy amounts for the Bay Area, the higher terrain as well. We're only out 90 hours here. And look at some of these rainfall amounts. You can scroll down and you can see some pretty hefty amounts here across central and northern California. Scroll all the way out to the end of the run, you can see that precipitation continue all the way on into early next week. And then that next system, the European, is a little stronger with, starts to move here, but it's not quite there just yet. The model run doesn't go out just that far. but that's good because we need another day here to get some better model agreement on what's going to be hitting Southern California. The GFS, however, if I scroll through this, you notice it targets central and Northern California with some big precipitation, especially look at that towards Lake Tahoe out there. And then it slides that frontal system. Not much for Southern California there. Hopefully that can come in a little bit stronger than that. But again, we'll see how that is going to trend over the next few days. And then as we go through the extended forecast, I mean, look, we've pegged the scale here across some of the northern Sierra Nevada, Northwest California, just getting some huge amounts of rainfall as we go through the 7 to 10 day period. If you want a nice affordable home weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. It helps support the channel, and yeah, very fun. Great smartphone app. Stores a lot of data for you in the cloud. Now, taking a look at the European, I just kind of want to show this one more time here because we got the frontal system rolling in, and then the next one, and you can see a pretty well-developed atmospheric river moving into Northern California, and then this system approaches the coastline, and it's still got some punch here, so this would most likely bring some meaningful rainfall down here to Southern California. And again, we'll watch that one again tomorrow when we get better model agreement. Also, what we'll be returning here is some wave action as we go through the upcoming days as well. You can see that approaching some of the Bay Area as we go on into the early portion of next week as well, and kind of sliding down the coastline as we go on into the extended forecast. So yeah, we have that chance for the wave action to increase as well with this pattern change. 6 to 10 day, you can kind of see the mixed bag across the southwest, but much of California isn't that above average signal there as we go February 4th through 8th. 6 to 10 day temperature, mixed bag across the southwest, again cold across Pacific Northwest, or at least high chances of below normal temperatures, I should say, if I'm being technically correct. 8 to 14 days, something similar there as well, but the entire state of California, good chances of being below normal temperature. 8 to 14 day mixed bag of precipitation here across the southwest. So anyway, important to watch that tomorrow. Check back in tomorrow because we'll go over the new European model right here because there's been some disagreement on just how strong that frontal system is coming in. Some of the models show some pretty hefty precipitation amounts. The GFS, not so much as you saw. So again, we'll revisit that tomorrow. But big rainfalls coming for Central and Northern California. There's going to be potential flooding and whatnot. We'll continue to nail down those details as we get closer as well. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.